Hey guys, it's Iffy here again. It's a gorgeous day here in Colorado. It's Saturday, which is always exciting. I just wanted today's video to be, because it's kind of turning into like a little online diary, if you will, or a video diary for me, which I find it incredibly therapeutic for myself, and I really hope, this helps somebody else out there. But yesterday I was talking about how my ego got the best of me, or it didn't get the best of me, but there was a moment for most of the day, I should say, a long moment, that it was difficult to get out of that space because, it can be, when your thoughts just become rampant and they're overwhelming and they just start to create spinning and cycling. That's what was happening yesterday. I broke free finally, thank God, and I want to tell you guys today my little tricks on ways to silence the ego / stay in a high vibrational zone, because the more we are able to stay in a high vibration zone, the better we feel. We're happier, we connect with more people because the vibe and the energy is happy and loving, and the ego's not as loud. You don't hear that annoying voice, the self-doubt, the judgment, the criticism. You're not going to judge other people. You're not going to criticize other people. You're going to have and hold in your heart space love and compassion. So I wrote a little list so I wouldn't forget what I want to tell you guys. But I have 12 of them right now, my little ways that keep me in a space that makes me incredibly happy. Number 1, music. Music is my favorite thing in the world. And I actually have, I'm a human being too, so we get into these spaces of working, and my hubby's on a long mission, and I'm pregnant with no human or left brain analytical, whatever you want to call it, confirmation. So my headspace it hasn't been challenging, but holding my ground and holding my truth and my power, staying in that space, has been kind of bumpy, if you will. Not for a bad thing, and they're just lessons I need to learn. So I have forgotten about music. Duh, it's everywhere. Music is one of my favorite things in the entire world. I really consider it like a religion. Music is, if you're listening to happier stuff, it depends on the music, but overall, most of it is really high vibration, really, really positive. It gets you moving, it gets you dancing, it gets you singing, and just being silly. And when we let down that guard of, I gotta protect myself, and is this person judging me, or what are they thinking, or any of that stuff, when we can let that go and connect to the inner silliness, the inner child that we all have, I don't care how long it's been gone from you, we all have it. But when you can connect back to that space, magic starts to happen. Like, your guides and angels will give you a song at the exact time that you need to hear it, because there could be a message in there, or it just lifts your vibration. It lifts you up so you are happy and you just want to play around. So that's my number 1. Listen to music. It is, so much fun. If I'm working, I have Pandora on in the background, or, studying, I'll have light classical. It's the only thing that I can get my brain to do what it needs to do. But yeah. And now that leads into number 2. So number 2, random dance party. I'm being serious. Like, you hear a song you love, and whether or not you're in public, if you're daring enough, I'm one of those people. I will dance in the middle of the grocery store, and I don't really care. But random dance party in your house. So turn on the music, put a song on that you love, that you just makes you want to dance, and just start to shake, start to move around. It helps to raise your vibration. The ego doesn't want to stay in that space. The ego it will disappear, if you will, for that moment, because you're just connecting to your inner child, and you're playing, and you're allowing yourself to flow freely with the energy around us. So just have a random dance party. Have so much fun, and get wild with it. Like, shake your head, shake your hair, just let loose. If you're nervous to do it in front of people, wait until nobody's home. Or go to the bathroom, shut the door, put on some good music. Don't do it in the shower or tub or anything like that, because you could slip, fall, and hurt yourself, and I don't want you to do that. Just stand there and just have a little dance party by yourself. Or if you feel comfortable, make everybody around you have a dance party. That's what I make people do. If you're going to be in my space in my house, we're having a random dance party. So yeah, it goes along with music. It's happy, it's upbeat, it's uplifting, and it puts you in the best freaking mood. If you can learn to laugh at yourself, life is not that serious. It really is not. And if you can learn to laugh in moments that are not feeling so great, it really helps to make it better. So random dance party. Number 3, I went out today and I had a fabulous lunch with some amazing friends, these 2 women who are just beautiful souls and same like-mindedness, same type of high vibration, and it was just a melding of minds. So connections with like-minded people who are safe and who you feel good around. Notice how I didn't say trust, because sometimes you'll feel it in your body first and foremost if you can trust a person. There's been times in my life where I love everybody and everything. I truly do. I'm just a big love person. I don't even know. I just have a lot of love. So I will want to trust people instinctively right off the bat because that is just my nature. I see the good in everybody. I don't care who you are as a person. There's always a little shred of good. Whether or not they actualize it and it comes forward, not my journey, not my problem, but I can see it in them. So I instinctively just might want to trust somebody. And this has been lessons I've learned in the past. But now I'm at the point where, like, if your vibe is funky, I will feel it in my body. I'll have knots in my stomach, or I might get a headache. And I know that that's not a energy that I want to be around. So like-minded connections, awesome conversation with people who you feel good around, because you need to feel good. That life is not about hurting. Life is not about pain, I promise you. Whether or not things happen, my miscarriages, when I went through them, they were incredibly painful, but they were a beautiful opening and a beautiful awakening. I would not be right here, right now, if these experiences had not happened to me. I would not be able to talk from my heart space to you guys and share my experiences. I realize I'm a spiritual wellness teacher. I'm supposed to be teaching people the things that are in my head and what I've learned along the way. So, even if it doesn't feel good, like-minded connections with people, oh, that does not make sense. Pregnancy brain. You want to find like-minded people to have these awesome connections with, but it has to feel good inside of you. So trusting somebody, if you're not feeling good inside, there's a disconnect. It has to match up. It has to match up outwardly and it has to match up inwardly. Okay, I hope you guys are following me. If you have questions, please post. I love questions. Ask away. Number 4. Writing has been a challenge. I love writing, I love words, I love talking, and I love being able to weave things together in a way that is just pretty, beautiful, whatever you want to call it. But to get to me to that point to writing, sometimes it's just like, I don't want to do it. But it is so amazing. You have your right brain and your left brain. I will repeat myself and talk about this often. And once you take a pen to paper and you write it out physically, not texting on your phone, none of that stuff, not typing on a laptop or a computer, the writing starts to bridge both hemispheres of your brain together and creates a happy unison. So instead of being totally left-brained and not using any of the, or this is left for you guys, it reverses. Instead of being left brain and being super analytical, which we need that stuff. We need all that stuff that the left brain can offer. But we also need the creativity of our right brain, of the creativity part, the art, just that openness that the right brain sort of provides to us. My words, please forgive me. But the writing starts to make a bridge between both hemispheres of your brain. So journaling may not be everybody's thing, but just start to write and write whatever comes to your head. This is called, I read this somewhere, it's called morning pages. Get up first thing in the morning, commit to writing only 3 pages and write literally whatever thought comes to your brain. It does not need to make sense. You'll see after time, once you start doing this more and more and more, you will see that there's a theme within all of the jumblings and all the randomness that, I mean, if somebody were to find my journal when I was doing morning pages, one would probably want to commit me. It looks like I could be a schizophrenic or somebody who just does not make sense or right of mind. But it really, the jumble and the jargon is kind of the left brain, ego running through things, and you'll start to see your soul through those writings. So try it out. And if you don't want to do morning pages and you like to write, just journal. Journal. Journal whatever comes to you. Hey, today I had bacon, steak, and eggs for breakfast, and I'm going to the pool today. It doesn't matter. Just start to write, and you'll see over time, the more you make it a practice, the easier it gets, and the more calm you'll even feel, because we have a tendency as humans to keep everything to ourselves, and we don't want to do that. You want to get it out. And if you're not somebody who likes to talk to people or share your feelings, journal to get it out. It's a safe space. Trust it. Go for it. Okay, number 5. This is one of my personal favorites. Sing or scream at the very top of your lungs. Now, when I was about 16-ish, give or take, I wore earrings the other day, and my ears are super sensitive, and they are painful. They hurt. So, yeah, anyways, when I was like 16, I would sit in the car with 2 of my bestest girlfriends in the entire world, and we'd scream at the top of our lungs, "Here I am, world, and I ain't leaving!" It was powerful. It gets things out of you. It gets emotions out. There's days that I might be frustrated, like in the shower. I was by myself yesterday. Nobody was around. I let my shower have it. Screamed at the top of my lungs. It's a release. Maybe do it in your house if nobody's around, if you feel safe. We have a house right now. When I've lived in apartments before, we're a military family, so we are constantly moving. So if I've lived in apartments before, I'll go for a drive, make sure my windows are up and the AC is on. Don't want to bother the people. I don't want to go into the loony bin. But I would just scream, top of my lungs, totally scream everything out. It feels so good. Feels so good afterwards, so freeing, and so cleansing. So give it a try, and it's kind of fun. Number 6. Give somebody a hug, compliment somebody, do a good deed for someone, just do something to make somebody else's day. A simple smile and a wave, and even a friendly, "Hey, how are you today?" Or, "Oh my gosh, I like that shirt. I love your shoes." Whatever it is, it can go for a long time for people. As a yoga teacher, part of when I had to teach yoga, I had to physically adjust people and touch them. And I taught a lot of heated yoga, so there was sweat and guck. And at first, I'm telling you, it really wigged me out. I'm like, I don't want to touch sweaty, gross people. But when I saw how much people responded to my touch and how they melted within my touch, there are so many people who don't get touched during the day at all. It's so sad. We need the connection as humans. We need that physical connection. We need the camaraderie that we can find within other people. So go out and do something good for somebody. Just give them a hug, slap them a high five, say how you doing. Even do a good deed. Like, I don't know if it's legal everywhere. When I was leaving lunch today and getting in my car, my meter was already expired. I filled it up again. So this next person who got into that parking spot had like 2, maybe 3 hours of free park time, which only cost me maybe $2. I mean, it's nothing. So whatever your good deed is, oh, my favorite story. I have to go off on this little tangent. My 2 favorite, well, I don't like to say favorites, but my 2 best girlfriends in high school, Janice and Heather. Heather and I are still really great friends. Janice, I still love dearly. She's moved on to Hawaii. But I remember we'd go to it was a flower store, and they'd always throw away their flowers at the end of the day if like they weren't, I don't know, they were perfectly good flowers. They were beautiful. So we would we would go dumpster diving for these flowers. We would get bouquets upon bouquets of free flowers. After hours, we'd put them in the car. We would go around respected neighborhoods and leave these flowers on people's doorsteps with just a little, "Hey, how you doing? We hope you enjoy the flowers." Can you imagine what somebody might have thought when they like opened their door in the morning? I haven't done it since I was 16, but it was one of our favorite things to do because we thought or hoping that we were going to make somebody's day in a really, really great way. Whatever that thing is for you, go and do it, please, because it passes on the good vibes to everybody, and we all need good vibes. Okay, number 7 can be a tricky one, but it's meditate, clear, calm, connect yourself. Meditation is something that I listen to guided meditations a lot because I need the guidance. I need the structure of somebody else doing it. Random times I can go within and do it myself, because there's so much going on in my head and in my life right now, it's been a bit more difficult. So whatever you can do to just silence yourself. And I also have to say that meditation is also not necessarily like sitting here chanting with your eyes closed. It can be mindful meditation. When I'm washing the dishes, I don't have music on, and I'm just in this moment. I'm washing the dishes. I'm connecting to the water and how it feels on me. I'm connecting to how the soap feels on my hands and the movements I make with my hands to clean the dishes. That's being mindful in the moment, meditating. So try that. It could be mindful cleaning the house, whatever it is. Just be in your own space and try and remain present in the present moment. If we're living in the past, it really doesn't help our growth at all. And then it almost makes us stuck, if you will. And if you're living in the future constantly, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this in 20 years or 10 years or however long it is, we're creating anxiety. We're not being present in your mindful moment. So yes, practice on being mindful in the current present moment that you have, or if you like to meditate or try guided meditations or whatever you can do to clear and connect yourself. Number 8, physical activity. So important. The more we start to move our bodies, the more you start to have this mind-body connection. As a yoga teacher, it clears me in a beautiful way. There would be times where yesterday I probably should have done yoga, but instead I decided to scream it out in my shower. So I'm still doing something, but it's such a beautiful mind-body connection that it just is awesome. And it doesn't have to be, let me go run 5 miles. I'm not a runner. Honestly, the only way you can get me to run is if a zombie was chasing me. Like, I just won't do it. It doesn't feel good for my body. I'm more of somebody, I like to hike, or yoga is my favorite. I guess my favorite physical. Walking my dog. Love doing that. So whatever it is for you in physical activity, it does not need to be hardcore CrossFit type stuff. It can be gentle walks. As simple as that. Just move your body and it will start to calm you down. Let's see. Number 9. Create. So many things. Draw, paint, color. Color even is such an coloring in a coloring book, literally like your child would do or what you may have done when you were a kid. Color, even just you're being mindful in the moment. You're coloring this, let's say, heart, and you're trying to stay in the lines. It's being in the moment. It's getting you out of the headspace and connecting with what's in front of you. If you're an artist, draw, paint, sculpt. Whatever it is, creating could even be, if you love to cook, maybe create a beautiful meal for people that you love. That's being creative still. So it doesn't have to be, oh, I'm not an artist. We all have some type of creative gene in us. I don't care how dormant it's been in people. There's something in there. So your creation maybe you like to make videos. Maybe you like to make movies. Maybe your creation is a book you're working on. It does not have to be the typical, when you hear create, I'm creating a masterpiece of art. It will all be a masterpiece. It's just getting you connected again. It's a mind-body thing. 10. So get out in nature. Love it. That's one of my favorite things to do, is to go outside and hike and be among the trees, walk along the trail, taking your shoes off and just putting your feet in the grass. It's amazing. You connect yourself back to the earth. We have a tendency to go, do, not shut off our brain at all. And by doing that, we're frantic. Our vibration is like this. We're scattered all over the place. So when you go into nature, or even just your front lawn, take off your shoes, put your bare feet in the grass, you're grounding. You're connecting yourself back to nature, which has such an innate, beautiful, beautiful healing power. So try it. 11. Either watch or read or even listen to a feel-good movie or a feel-good book. My favorite thing recently is Audible. I download books and I have them read it to me, which I love to read. I've always been a heavy reader, but because I have so much in my brain with the courses I'm trying to create for my students, it's 5:23. I love that. Sorry, I will never get old. Watch my first video if you're wanting to know why 23 is exciting to me. But connect with a feel-good movie, a feel-good book, something that raises your vibration. Let's see. 12. Eat whole, clean foods. Non-GMO foods. Nothing that is processed. Drink lots and lots of water. That can be a tough one for some people. It was about 3-4 years ago that I started my holistic health and wellness journey. I had been misdiagnosed multiple times by many, many doctors about what was going on with me. I was 70 pounds heavier. I had constant rashes all over me. A whole host of ailments and issues. I was thinking I was eating healthy, but I wasn't eating healthy for my unique individual body. The more, and I put myself through school so I could learn, I even had a doctor literally tell me that my rashes were because I was allergic to the sun. Do you see the color of my skin? Like, seriously, I'm brown. My father is Nigerian. I was like, no, that's not possible. That's not possible. And what I realized later on was that the foods I was putting into my body was making all of these symptoms happen. Once I've been eating clean and whole foods and non-processed, non-GMO foods, I have not had any ailments or any issues. The only time something creeps up is if I cheat and I go and eat something I shouldn't eat, but we're all human, right? But yeah, so, and start small, start simple. You don't have to enroll in a school to learn this stuff. Try shopping just the perimeter of your grocery store. Don't go down the aisles. That's where all the chemical food really is. If you start to read the labels on the side of the boxes, you're not going to be able to pronounce most of those ingredients. That means it's all chemicals. What our food supply is, it's really sad, it's all chemicals. So start off by shopping just the perimeter of your grocery store. All the veggies, maybe like the fruits even, that type of stuff. And just start to incorporate more healthy foods, more vibrant foods, more foods that are filled with life. And then you'll see over time your body will actually create or crave that more, and you won't want some of the processed food. It is a process. It is not... It can be challenging. This is personal experience. It's taken me now, I think I started this 2012 and it's 2015, and I'm really great a lot of the time. I don't expect myself to be perfect because that would just be silly, but treat yourself with grace, treat yourself with ease, constantly love yourself, and the process gets a lot easier. So I really hope that this stuff helps somebody out there, little tips, tricks along the way that have just helped me keep me in a really high vibe, because, I mean, it's way better to be in a high vibe for me than it is to be negative. Being negative and all of those things that come with the negative vibe, it takes more energy out of me. It makes me sick. So just feels better. So try it out. Post your comments down below. Make sure you subscribe if these videos are helping you and you think it might help somebody you know. Please share, because that's why I'm sharing my experiences. I was lost along the way. I was bumbling and fumbling, and I didn't really have very many mentors or guides. And I really want to be able to help reach people who might be experiencing similar things that I have gone through. And know that everything I talk about, it's personal stuff. It's personal stuff that I have learned along the way, and it's personal stuff, not even my own lessons, but stuff that other people learn along the way that I have incorporated in. And now I talk a lot. We're at 23 minutes. I will be signing off. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Hit me up if you have any questions. I'm pretty good at responding right away. But yeah, I hope you guys have fun. Thank you for being on this journey with me. I love you guys, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. I cannot wait to get to know you guys better. So yeah, love you guys. Have a great day.